say a massive thanks to my team. So that is the third year in a row we've been number 3. So obviously I wouldn't, consistent, yeah. So I wouldn't be here without my team, obviously, so that's the kind of most important thing for me. So I said earlier my background was in social work and housing, and I always thought that I would have that kind of lifestyle that I have now back then, but I never quite got there for a while. So this was my 6th business that I started. 4 other networking businesses. I was quite, I used to do Clean Easy, so I actually stuck at that for 4 years. And if anybody's ever done Clean Easy, that's a good indication of my work ethic. So I stuck at it. Really, really hard work. So you're out basically delivering catalogues every single night. So I was out putting 200 catalogues out, collecting them back in, going back for orders, stragglers. So I stuck at that for 4 years. And I think the most I ever made was £800 a month, which is a good second income. But when I looked at how many hours I was putting in and how much I was losing on catalogues and all that, it wasn't that great. So a few businesses later, I came across Forever. And you can imagine what my other half said when I said, I'm going to start another business. And he just kind of rolled his eyes at me and said, when are we going to be rich now? Because I was always saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So he rolled his eyes at me and I thought, oh, I'm going to prove you wrong. And then I told my mum about it and she went, oh, I don't think you'll make much money doing that, Claire. What, selling aloe vera? And I was like, okay then. So that actually gave me the fire in my belly to really prove them wrong. So I got stuck in. And I was working at the time 3 days a week, had 3 horses, 2 children, and quite a busy lifestyle. But I was getting up an hour earlier before going to work. When I was driving to work, I was listening to the business presentation over and over and over again. Every no that I got, I would listen to something positive on YouTube. So I did work really, really hard, got to manager in 3 months. And then I just kept on going. But I remember my first time on stage. I don't know if Bob will remember, but we were at the Inshira, and I was the only person up for, I was up for supervisor, assistant manager, and manager. Do you? Because I was terrified. And I actually didn't look up at the stage. I was just like this. So I had to speak. And I actually thought to myself, can I actually do this? Because the next step, senior manager and storing manager, I thought you have to be this really kind of outgoing, kind of confident person, which I wasn't. So it did put me off a wee bit. But I've obviously got a fantastic team, so I've continued to work hard with them, and it's gave me a great lifestyle. So I gave up my job June last year, the year before. So I'm now the taxi driver for my 2 little girls, and that's what I feel as if I do all the time. We've got something on every single night of the week apart from Friday, and then they'll say, Mum, can I have my friends round? I'm like, no, that's Prosecco time for me. So yeah, it can give you quite a lot if you work at it. I did write down some top tips because I usually forget what I'm saying when I'm up here. So really, mindset for me was a massive thing because I felt that I had failed quite a few times. And who was it, Richard Branson, that said that you have to fail quite a few times before you're successful? So for me, it was my mindset. So I would highly recommend doing the Dave O'Connor course. I've done that probably about 5 or 6 times, to be honest. And it just, every time I do it, you learn something else and you grow a bit. So daily structure is a big thing. So whether you're working 50, 60 hours a week or whether you're full-time in the business, you need to have a structure. So, I always do, I've got my daily structure printed off and I have it in my diary. So for me, the first thing I used to do when I woke up in the morning was I scroll through Facebook, read my emails. Now I force myself to listen to a blueprint. So it's only 5-6 minutes out your day. But if you're looking at something positive or you're listening to something positive first, then that kind of starts off your day. Gratitudes, I always wake up and I say I'm so happy and grateful for my health, because that's the main thing. My family's health, my business. So I always say my gratitudes. And then you've got activity. So I remember wherever Emma Cooper was, she did a great training down south, January it was. And she talked about committing to doing the income producing activity. So it's all right looking as if you're busy and tidying your office and thinking you're working on your business, but you actually have to choose the income producing activity that you're going to focus on. So that's like your pup drops, your one-to-ones, your prospecting, speaking to people. So that's the most important activity you should be doing. Focus on your goals. So everything that I've achieved with Forever, Chairman's Bonus, the Eagle Manager, I've always focused on it. I've not focused on the yellow suitcase. I've not been a big recruiter with Forever, but I think it's about time I probably focused on it this year and got one. Having a retail strategy as well, which I've just picked up from the training in January. So what I do now with a new person is I'll say, okay, let's focus on maybe 10 products that you are interested in and you want to promote, because I think it's overwhelming. There's hundreds of products, but if you've got a retail strategy of maybe 10 ones that you're going to focus on, and also a recruitment strategy. So you need to know who you're looking for and who you want to attract. So for me, it's sort of professional mums or people with their own businesses, because that's who I feel I would connect with. So you need to know who you're looking for. And 1 to 31 folder, I have to say I've only really recently been using mine properly, so I've not been coaching that down either, but what a difference it makes. I hadn't recruited anybody the past couple of months of the year last year, and I recruited 2 people this month just from using my 1 to 31 folder properly. And also to get an accountability partner. So when you're committing to your activity, so I've committed to now doing 10 messages a day and adding 2 new people to my contact list. So I pick an accountability partner and get them to show me their messages in exchange so that, you know, you're accountable to somebody. I think that's enough.